Are we ready? Are we ready to see something incredible?
Are
Magnifico?
are you ready to have the most mind-blowing, heart-stopping, gut-wrenching finale you have ever seen?
I mean, you're the one that has to say it now since King died.
Yeah, he was found dead in a ditch in Miami.
Yeah, no, I found his remains in Detroit, honestly.
Oh, so that's why his liver was missing.
Exactly. Exactly. So, hi everyone. It's the finale of Circus Sundays, except it's not on a Sunday, it's a Friday because we love to spread misinformation.
We just love to be a little quirky in the circus, that's all.
A little Quark Chungus, if you will.
Yes, indeed. Oh wait, this isn't the finale. This is the finale. So silly me.
Silly, silly goose.
Silly,
For
silly goose
context,
works.
that wasn't even, I genuinely didn't even intend that pun. That's great. For context, right? So we already watched the finale, because we went to the last act screening when that was still in theaters, just because, it felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
We sort of were like, yeah, we sort of had to try this out, right? So this is going to be more so a sort of like a re-reaction that's going to be more, oh, I can't believe what's going on. This is crazy. And more so like a little bit more of an analytical reaction where we're just sort of discussing what we what we remember about this finale, and sort of giving our thoughts on just what ended up happening in it.
Yeah, I guess we should start from our experiences seeing it in the theater if you want to get into that. Or,
Uh, you can go first, if you want. It is your stream after all.
okay, so because of the accessibility that my area is in, I got super lucky in terms of like at least five options where I can go to a movie theater nearby and see it. I decided to see it in a mall because literally Hot Topic is right across the street. Like you can't miss it. Like it felt like when you're on a ride and then the ride leads you to the exit, and that exit is a gift shop.
I thought the exit didn't exist in the circus.
Right, right. Like I forgot to conjure up a red door.
Exactly.
But yeah, and I definitely had a lot of fun attending that screening. Like lots of people were being respectful. It didn't turn out like the Minecraft movie where everyone was
Yeah.
throwing chickens. Uh, everyone was at least a little bit respectful. We all had
hmm
fun communicating what's gonna happen in it. Like our uh, I even made a comment during when Zach the when Zach from Smiling Friends Fish came on.
Yeah.
Once he made his disclaimer, I went, "Thank you, Zach from Smiling Friends."
Oh, I just simply said thanks, Charlie.
Smiling Friends is a show that I definitely need to get around to seeing.
You should. It's really, really freaking good.
Yeah, yeah, like what one lady in the audience was going super bananas. Like once the opening sequence started, she like, yeah, let's fucking go. And she didn't swear, but I love it when people like communicate on that factor. She was entirely respectful. She didn't comment on everything, just the moments that we collectively made our jaws drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. That's always nice when it's just like there's energy, but not to the point where it's just like it's overly distracting.
Yeah, and at the very end of the movie, there's a bunch of products that you can pull out your phone and
Hmm.
scan the QR code, which includes
Uh-huh.
a Pomni popcorn bucket. Uh,
Yeah.
and for once, for every single controversy that happened within this fan base, for once I actually agree with them. So apparently, uh, let me see if I can still find it.
Okay. I mean,
Pomni.
if you're asking me, I didn't buy any of the merchandise just because it's just like it's cool, but do I really need this? Not really.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Granted, it's out of stock, but the fact that I found it on Hot Topics website when it said movie exclusive merch, isn't that a little bit hypocritical?
I did not know about this actually. It I don't know if it looks the same as it does because I don't remember like a handle being there. The shape of it looks the same, but it's yeah, that is a little bit strange, honestly. Because like the idea is if you're going to see like the movie and you're rewarded with like the QR code at the end, or if you just found it on like Reddit or something, like you would imagine it'd be like a cool club for that. I did not know about this. That's interesting. Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, there was something I was gonna say I forgot on the tip of my tongue. Uh,
Tragic.
uh,
Um, I guess I'll chime in with like my movie experience. Like because the typical theater I go to in Arizona, which is Harkins, they weren't playing this at all. So I had to go to an AMC, which is I think 20 minutes away. And I don't think I've ever been in an AMC in my life, or if I have, it's certainly been a really, really long time. The theater itself wasn't like, at least the room I was in, it wasn't the most comfortable spot. Seats couldn't like recline or anything. You're on like a really, really high platform. It felt like the staircase was going up like 90-degree angles other than instead of like a more comfortable 45-degree slant. So it did feel a little bit weird compared to my usual movie going experience. But I will say, in terms of the community aspect, it was really nice. It was really everyone was super respectful, even though it was like the first day everything opened. Everyone was just super like kind and like, considerate. They cheered at like, the glitch opening logos and like the ending. And then they laughed at the funny bits, and that was about it. Uh, Everything else has just been like a couple of oohs, a couple of ahs, and everything. The kids in the room weren't even annoying either. Even after certain things happened and they got kind of sad,
yeah.
it was I mean, literally literally like when we were leaving the theater, I talked with like this group of kids like mother. I was like, I hope your children aren't traumatized tonight. And she was like, I know, right? and luckily, and also another thing is like when I was entering the theater, uh you know there was like I think it was a couple next to me that were talking about how excited they were. The woman was like, I imagine it's gonna really stink in there. And I was like, yo, I was wondering the same thing. And
Luckily, I
and
was wearing deodorant.
I was the only person in the theater that showed up wearing deodorant.
Well, there we
I would
go.
show that clip. Unfortunately, I can't find it. Unfortunately, I can't find it anymore. Because I think it got privated. I saw this amazing like TikTok video where it's just like, Oh, me showing up to TADC the last act while wearing deodorant, and it's playing Digital Days in the background. Meanwhile, that clip of Shrek Forever After is happening where just Shrek is happily strolling and everyone's just running away from him. I should probably recreate it at some point. It's one of my favorite videos I saw this year. Uh, and and also, I saw some people, I saw a lot of people with plush toys, everything. As I was walking out and I saw some people coming in, there was there were these two women that were in like a
Woman?
Pomni and a yes, they were in a Pomni and a Jax cosplay, and it was like, oh, this is really cool. I complimented them, and like, I got a picture with them and everything. Really, really sweet people. It goes to show that how the internet is not real life. In real life, a lot of people that you meet within fan bases, very, very pleasant people.
Yeah, we talked about this in Matthew's Ocarina of Time stream, but there's definitely a mask. Like it's easier with social media to hide behind a mask, to double down on either joking around or being a dick as much as possible, and just not really healthy, not healthily processing those emotions where you can uh, criticize or compliment said piece of media. And,
Mhm.
like nowadays, you either have to, like, it's either ride or die for a specific part of media that you're talking about. And
Mhm. It's it's like, okay, would you rather have a wholesome son or rage bait daughter?
I rather have Buzz Lightyear.
That's not choice. You got a couple of messages in your chat, by the way. I'm not seeing them on like your screen, but
Yeah, for some reason the top chat isn't working. Let me
y
try that again.
yeah, yeah. You got a couple of messages. There you go.
Pop out chat.
There you go.
There we
There you
go.
go.
So I'm guessing I have to do that once the stream goes live or something.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, either way, I'll let you respond to some of those messages if you want.
Hey, Diago does YouTube. How's it going? Agatha Goody 254. Hello. If you're reading my message, I saw your Y2P AVGN video. I saw it multiple times. I love it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I remember the AVG one in particular being pretty dang good.
Yeah, it was definitely a remake of an older Y2P that I felt like, okay, enough time has passed where my style has changed. Let's see what I can do in my modern style while making it a homage to a AVGN episode.
hmm Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked for me. Uh, so yeah, I think without further ado, we could probably get started with the final episode. I will say, like, before we get into it, it's like the some of the stuff that I saw like in the last act that's just not in this movie at all. It I guess since some of that's exclusive, but like the last act is over now, I guess we could talk about it a little bit. Like after all the movie logos, it starts with the epilepsy warning because they start with episode 8. Uh, but with the minor spelling mistake at the end fixed, so that's how you know Glitch isn't washed yet.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
right. Like they definitely gave a brief recap featuring Kane's voice.
yeah,
Because I feel like one the Alex, right? The voice actor for
Alex Rochon, yeah,
yeah, Alex. He is definitely committed to the character. I mean, he even said it in his Blue Sky thread, Twitter thread.
yeah. Yeah. I saw it on Blue Sky. I don't know if he uses Twitter at this point, but he wrote a really nice thread just talking a lot in depth about how he felt about the finale, how he felt like he connected with Kane as a character, and what the show sort of meant to him as a whole and just gave his thanks. And I wrote a response to him saying like, you're really passionate about the character and everything. He noticed and liked it, so there you go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Plus, like, and I know that we said no spoilers ahead, but let's just say that Kane is definitely not the main focal point of the episode. So to him, incorporate his usual stick before the grand reveal is definitely a nice touch.
totally. But like in terms of like yeah, so yeah, he did like a recap of like episodes 1 through 7, which was good for people that were like, not familiar with the series at all. They're just going into this movie because like they want to take their kids to it or whatever. Even though this show is definitely not for kids, but I digress. And then before that is like the iconic character, Orange Talking Fish, the one that was the glue that held the show together, just came out and was just like, "Hey, we're excited to have you here. Make sure that you turn off your phones. Make sure that you stick around for like a QR code at the end." And the best part for me was like when he was like, usually Kane does these announcements, but he couldn't make it because he died. Please God and Jesus bless him." Like, yeah, it was that part was like really funny to me. Charlie smiling friends can do no wrong in my eyes.
I'm
Yeah,
really
and then
glad
like
that the fish from Cat in the Hat is making appearances more.
real, yeah, and then after the recap, it just gets straight into episode 8 as is, and then we get into the finale, which we are going to be watching right now.
Yeah, so without further ado,
As soon as you switch your screen so I can see the episode.
oh yeah, right. I'll do that real quick, and then I think I heard Kane break into my home. Let me just.
I can't. No way. I can't believe this.
Okay, so that's YouTube. That son of
That's
a
YouTube.
that son of a bitch is gonna pay for stealing my water.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, remember, you're in the digital circus. Well, you don't need food and water. You still there? Oh gosh. Oh no. Here we go. I have to entertain the stream all by my lonesome. Oh, that's great. Kane abducted him. He's in Detroit as we speak. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, dude. I take everything back. This show is actually washed. He hurt my friend eschewing films, therefore the show is bad. All right. Are you back in the building now?
Yeah, I'm back in the building.
Good. Good. I'm glad you're free from the Wrath of King. You deleted him in real time.
Yeah,
All right.
I think
So
I knocked a few teeth out here and there, but regardless.
oh, just like me when I went to that Joey Valence and Bray concert a few months ago. But we're all good now.
But hey, like, I'm glad that you still had a great time regardless. Okay, without further ado, wait.
Let's remember the 21st night of September, or in my case, the 26th of June, which,
Oh,
funny enough, it's the 6th month, the 26th day, 2026. Three sixes, three twos. You love to see it.
real quick, do I have any blood on my shirt?
I'm not seeing anything. Oh, like blood. Uh,
Yeah,
what was the fight with Kane that dramatic?
yeah.
All right, well,
It's like
uh,
it's like the Fight Club.
real. All right, let's get to it.
All right, without further ado, let's go.
Hmm. Right.
I love how
Right.
they use the new logo instead for this.
Yeah, yeah, just to show like kind of how far they came. Welcome to the amazing digital nothing. We have been erased from history.
My name is
And
Kane.
now-
I'll be your bitch.
Kane exists no more. You knocked his teeth out. So let's get right into the trauma.
Wait, where's Bumble?
Bubble's gone too. He was Kane's partner in crime, and unfortunately, once one goes, the other has to as well.
Well,
Are you sure?
should we go for some
How
hot
did that
chocolate?
even happen? There's no undo or anything?
Perhaps.
He was messing with the console as I was working. I don't know what happened, but before I could try to get him back, the floor opened up and...
That's convenient.
Jax.
What? Are we all just supposed to forgive this? This guy messed up in the worst possible way he could. Now,
Justified
we have
crash out or
nothing.
not?
Jax, please, just calm down. We're all...
Oh yeah, that really works.
Anything
Whenever
else
you
you
tell
wanna
someone to
tell
calm
us?
down,
Jax!
they really calm
He
down.
gets to mess up like this and everyone
Turn that
takes his
frown
side?
upside down.
Is that a Hazbin Hotel reference?
brain scans. Scratch was trying to make a brain scanner. I didn't think it actually worked. We didn't know how to work with the files, and they were impossibly small, given what they were supposed to be. I saw a folder full of them when I was in Kane's code. So, I guess Kane found a way to get them working.
That means...
I know what it means. Congratulations,
What does that
Zubul!
mean?
Guess you still get to leave your mark in the world. Oh, isn't that fun?
Jax,
I guess you still get to hang out with Mommy after all, right, Rags?
shut up, Jax!
Guess I'm... still...
I know. I think I've always known.
Well, now that everything's over,
Just-
the cat's
for
out of the
some
bag.
reason-
Just let it slip out.
Still hurts so much to hear it.
I know it,
Midwest
Hurts.
emo music.
but we still have each other. We're all.
Yeah,
in
someone
this
needs to get some Fallout Boy AMVs out of this.
Going down, down, do, 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 do.
Why are you sad? You can swear now.
Need any help?
Sure, if you want to give it a try. Relax your body
The
and
Force is not with her
Deep
today,
breaths.
tragically.
and try
I
not
am
to
so
think
glad
too
that
hard
they
about it.
didn't make a Star Wars reference, for the love of God.
How many times have they even made a reference in this show? I know there's like some internet stuff that they referenced that
I
I
really wanted to help.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
get.
good start.
They referenced
I
McDonald's.
thought I could uplift everyone.
Well, they
but
did, yeah.
Everything's
I
gone
think-
so bad.
I'm pretty sure Jax did reference like Breaking Bad on episode 5
Yeah,
before
yeah.
Zubul stopped him.
No, none of this is your fault. I don't think anyone could have predicted things to play out the way they did.
I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen.
From my first viewing, I thought the reveal of them all
out of
being
all the
brain
people
scans and
I've
not
seen on
actual
this
IRL
place,
humans was super abrupt, and I
I don't
didn't actually
think
get
anyone
until the end. That
adjusted
was
as quickly
definitely
as you did.
an interesting part to me, because I wouldn't have been able to tell until like the
So
very
was
end
I.
either.
It's a
Uh,
lot for anybody to
just
go
because like
through.
I don't think that was
But
ever really
while the others took
elaborated on
weeks,
very
even
well
months, to
until
get
Yeah.
like
used to everything,
Uh,
myself included.
mm,
You found your
maybe
footing in a
episode
matter
8
of days. And
if you wanna
not just that, you've
you
also
stretch it a
become
bit.
someone they can trust, even if they don't seem
do we want to pause real
receptive.
quick?
It's times like these
If you
that I
want.
need some.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit conflicted on that because on the one hand, going off of a theory or at least a comic that goes into that death goes death into that theory.
Mhm.
Like it's a nice deal on paper, but I feel like they could have expended a little bit more time. Like at least like insinuate that the fish was on the hook to begin with. But instead it feels like a immediate catch and release kind of strategy.
Yeah. At the same time, it's also a double-edged sword because if they found out earlier that it was just like brain scans, then it would sort of make their goal to get out of the circus and back into the real world a bit more pointless. So it's kind of like you're kind of screwed if you do, screwed if you don't. I just feel like, Gooseworks and whoever was in charge of the story, because I'm sure she planned this out from day one and everything. It just makes it very it feels like you kind of were written into a corner with that and tried to make the best out of like a strange situation.
Yeah, like perhaps I'm jumping the gun a little bit too bit, but it feels like this finale maybe they couldn't they could go death in depth at least a little bit.
Mm.
At least have like if you're not gonna do one more episode, at least 10, 15, maybe even 5 minutes to explore different
Mhm.
themes that they just kind of rushed in.
Mhm. Uh, yeah, to be honest, the brain scan reveal isn't really important in and of itself. The real stinger of that reveal was the fact that there was no way out of the circus, something they already came to terms with to a degree. And I feel like with this finale, that is something I do think is sort of important. It kind of is sort of like the end of the five stages of death, which is like the or grief, I should say, is the acceptance part. And I feel like with them deleting Kane and like the circus crumbling and everything, they kind of spend the episode sort of having to accept their fate before you know something we'll get to later makes that much more clear outright. So I do think, because like part of me was a little bit weirded out when this final episode wasn't more like action packed and more like, oh, get out of the circus while it's crumbling and everything. But I do think that this direction was more of a nice, intelligent way to go about it, where it's like the characters can actually explore their emotions more as they sort of like go through that.
Princess Royally say 77 says, for my first viewing, I thought the reveal of
I
the
was literally reading
oh
that message that got us into that
okay
conversation.
to be honest, the brain scale reveal isn't really
Yeah,
important.
I read that one too.
Okay, well there you go. Maybe I should have my pop out chat a little bit more visible.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, if I'm talking like that fastly, I'm like reading the chat, it's like that's just inevitably what's gonna happen.
But okay. But yeah. Sure, like it is a double-edged sword, but there are a few positives that I will clarify a little bit more. There are a few positives that I will go in depth the more that we get into this episode.
All right,
One
let's
like
get to
that
it.
the most.
I'm glad we paused on that
Very
frame too,
strong
since we
humming.
barely get any of Kinger in
And
this
I
finale.
know you'll be
I
able
know,
to get through
right?
this.
We could have at least had 5 more minutes of Kinger.
We've been here
For
before.
real.
Have we?
Yeah. Back in the Milden Hall Manor. I doubt you remember.
Well, it's still true. It may take time, but they'll come around. We can't fix every problem. Not with ourselves. Not with the world around us. But we can still do what we can.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
But it won't
The
be a
greatest
lot of
chess
work
piece to ever do it.
alone.
I don't know what to drop.
I can easily see Ben Folds singing this song.
But it's too
Oh my gosh, of course you would say Ben Folds in particular.
Hey, the Over the Hedge soundtrack goes super hard. There ain't a single day where I don't listen to Heist.
Crazy, crazy work. I like how the sky was just moving so fast. Meanwhile, it's just so just nothing while actually in the circus.
Welcome to the amazing Digital Woman Awards.
It pretty much is a women's crowd at this point.
Oh yeah, Kinder's there. Kinder, by the way,
Yeah.
also has a weird line that I might, that I think might have a line club. He says it won't be hard alone, when I think he meant the reverse.
Never mind.
I mean, a little bit of subtlety
I
when
wish
it
I'd
comes to
cried a
Jax.
little more.
So with the
I
stars
somehow
passing
forgot how
by, I
bad
think,
it can get.
that implies a really long time passed as the band slowly gets back together. Oh yeah, this is another thing that I want to touch upon. And one,
Oh boy, here we go.
yeah, and like, a lot of people complained that, oh man, we didn't get to see the abstraction of Jax. But I feel like, and sure we can go back and forth between the S word. Uh, but I do feel like it is a shock, once you hear someone in your life goes through that or actually commits that act. It is a relatively shock. Like, oh my god, I didn't expect that to happen. Like it, I should have reacted to something sooner. I should have made sure that they're okay. And I feel like a lot of people didn't really get that factor. It's kind of like in a horror movie where they want to see the monster, when that's not really the point. The whole point is the theme and behind it. Like, it's the whole message on the whole kind of theme that they're going for.
Yeah, yeah. For me, when I first saw this shot, my first thought was, oh, since the circus is crumbling apart, the abstractions sort of like broke confinement. But as soon as like Zubel mentions Jax in particular, I was like, oh, oh shoot. And like, yeah, I do very much agree in the sense that like where uh a lot of people really complained about, oh, we didn't get to see Jax abstract and like in real time. It wasn't like this overly dramatic buildup or anything. To which my response is, that's kind of the point. Because like because at the end of the day, whenever someone you know, um whenever that happens in life, there isn't really much of a like a build up to it. Very rarely anyway. It just sort of happens. And it comes when you least expect it. And you think in your head like people what is it? What is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
To be
It's like, oh,
fixated
you
on
think you could
others.
do more. I think you could do more. You think you could have done more in that conversation, but you can't always blame yourself whenever things like this happen. It's just like what the fact of the matter is, like, what happened happened, and it's just like it's what you do next that sort of defines how you react to it.
And the thing that you mentioned, where they're more so brain scans of their real life counterparts, uh, maybe they maybe they operate in a similar way that humans do, but more so in a bottle sense.
Mhm.
Like they are technically kind of computer programs in a way, and it like it's less of Jack's or I mean it is the S word in theory, but there is a soul behind it. It's just that they are not the same person that they once were, i.e., the abstraction form.
Hmm. Yeah, and like as we like know, it's like when they're in the dark, they're much more like comfortable, as we know with like, Kinger's wife, for example. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't think this is more so an allegory for the S word, more so just losing yourself just entirely like mentally to the point where you is just it's kind of like a point of no return,
Yeah, that you almost
honestly.
become a different person because of the kind of catastrophic things that are going inside your mind, and just like either side didn't take action to prevent that from happening. Now, of course, I'm not saying that like neither side knew what was gonna happen, but it definitely illustrated that if someone were to admit that, hey, I need help sooner rather than later, then Jax wouldn't have abstracted. But because Jax didn't have that thing that he was looking forward to, because he chose to self isolate himself, that's why he abstracted.
He is a prime example of you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. As much as you try, some people are just too far gone. I always say, "Oh, find a way to help," and unfortunately, for some people, that's just not enough.
Yeah, and
So,
and like I said, it's neither's fault that they didn't expect this to happen, but it is the reality that they have to deal with that reality, ironically. But you get what I mean, right?
eh. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And we'll elaborate on this later once we get further into the episode. But I do feel like this instance is more so like a lesson in a cautionary tale more than anything, which I think is very, very valuable. Um, it's
Like,
just
yep.
go ahead, go ahead.
They knew the bombshell that they had when they not only dropped this during Pride Month, but also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Crazy, crazy work. Honestly, it's just a shame that it had to happen to my favorite character in the show. And like, I've had thoughts in hindsight about like, oh, who do I really like? I feel really, really guilty about wanting to change who my favorite character is after the show already ended and after that favorite character essentially died. It almost feels cheap for me to do that now.
Yeah, no, like I keep going back and forth between who's my favorite digital circus character. See what
Yeah.
not featured.
Like I mean, I've grown to like Kinger a lot. Zubal's really cool. But like yeah. I think it goes to show like there's a reason to root for like any of the characters.
See, but
Uh,
all that is why people take issue with Pomni not reaching out. Maybe Jax is on, maybe Jax is unwilling, but Pomni always tried to help.
I mean, I think it's more so like, I think it is goes to show like the difference between Pomni and Jax in a good way, where it's like Jax realized it was all like, a simulation, a cartoon. It's like, why should we feel the need to even care about anybody when we all know none of this matters anyway? But Pomni refused to stoop to that level. She cared about people.
Yeah,
But
uh,
but it's also a matter of like sometimes you just need to give people their space and because and when someone's going through it they can't operate 100% sadly.
and it's like what I said. But Pomni has stuff to look forward to, even inside of this digital circus situation that they are in. While Jox looks forward to nothing, like he just makes fun of the situation and pretends that it's all fine and dandy. Whereas
Hmm.
Pomni takes that courage, her strive for human connection, even if they are brain scans of their real life counterparts. Like
Hmm.
she, she tries to make the best out of a worse situation.
Yeah, heck, even Kinger like admitted himself when we were like talking over him earlier. Like to him, Pomni adapted to like the circus mandate like so much quicker than everyone else. Not to say that she liked it, but she was able to like get the idea much better and be able to adapt to the situations much faster than everyone else, which I think uh helped out with our can do goody two shoes attitude.
Alright, I think that's everything on the
Uh,
topic. Let's continue forth.
let's continue. Yeah.
Look at him go. He's just like a caterpillar.
What do we do now?
I got a Wiggler plush in the
What can
back.
we do?
If only we streamed this on Wednesday.
Of course he'd do this. Of course he'd wait until there's nothing we could do about it. That's just so...
I like the voice
God
performance
damn
from
it,
Ashley.
Jax.
Yeah, no, Zubal's always had a really compelling performance for me.
I'm sorry.
What do you think of the theory that Pomni is supposed to be somewhat
For what?
analogous to Jesus Christ? I've never heard that theory before.
Hey,
I disqualified that theory because
This
I already
isn't your fault.
designed my Lord and Savior, Doug Walker.
Why can't
Shut
I
up.
cry for him?
That's another thing too with Gangle
I
that I
suppose
really
We
appreciate.
should try
because
coming up with a plan to keep
because
him
she's
contained.
obviously upset about the loss of Jax, but she
don't
also
understand.
can't really mourn for him
It should have been
because
me.
of how awful of
Don't
like
say that.
a human being he
We were
was
friends once.
to everyone else.
I mean,
So it's like,
sort
and
of
like I get it,
friends.
it's complicated. He
as
was
much of
being a
friends
really,
as
really bad
anybody could've been
person,
with
Yeah.
Jax.
so it's hard to really
We
feel
could talk to each other,
sympathy,
at least.
but you also feel like,
Then,
he should still be
what
here in a
was it?
way.
Something like the snowy summit.
That was Game
I
Theory's
can't
takeaway. I don't
remember.
watch Game Theory, so
Something happened
that would
between
do it.
him and
And even then, Matt passed
Her.
on, so what's the point in watching them?
Hey, First is cool. I knew about him long before he entered Film Theory, okay?
I am so sorry. I
Her
didn't mean to like be
was
arrogant
Rick.
in that situation.
I think
Yeah,
I
how dare
remember
you slander
mentioning
my
him
goat?
before.
I wasn't
No,
supposed
I'm
to.
talking about the new Game Theory
After
people.
Ribbit,
Like,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
don't
I
mean
get...
to throw shade at them.
I tried to
Yeah,
comfort
yeah,
him.
that's what I meant. How dare you slander my
He
goat
told me
first?
to never mention Ribbit's name again. He made me promise.
Oh,
did.
the frog name is Ribbit. Get it?
I think that's where our friendship really
Because she's French.
finally ended. I wonder if things would have been different if I'd said no. It was so hard for me. I still don't know why.
The thing
I
about
didn't.
Ragatha in particular is that even though she is easily my
I just
least
wanted
favorite
him to
character
know
on the
he
show,
wasn't
and is
alone.
just like potential
I
doll,
was there for him.
she does represent the
And I
side
guess
of like
I
grief
just
where it's just like,
Didn't
where we
want
talked
to
about
lose any
before,
more
what if
friends.
things were different, basically?
Right.
what I
But trying to
want,
get too hung up on that,
Agatha,
uh,
you
as
were the
Pomni's about to
first
explain
real
here.
friend I made here. And despite all that's happened, I still consider you my closest friend.
It just
Yeah.
you got yeah.
I'm glad
I do
we're
Just
agree
still
what
with
she
friends.
says right. Go ahead.
I do agree with the princess that we could have gotten either more of the friendship side when it comes to Pomni or Jax, and
Yeah.
like delve more into the character that we could have see on why once Pomni gets here, Jax was so divided amongst all of the crew.
Yeah. I guess that's just the harm in like having a series be as short as it is with how expensive indie animation is
What are we gonna
and
do?
the momentum continuing to
Make sure
go.
Gangle, Zubul, and Kinger are okay.
It's not bisexual lighting, but it's close enough.
They need someone like you right
Shut
now.
up.
Pomni, you've been one of the best things to happen to me since I got here. I trust you.
Okay, I hate to pause it right away, but okay. Question for the panel: Do the two of you buy the fact that the Pomni and Ragatha are best friends? I know some people didn't. I don't know what you think. The scene was really well shot and acted. I'd
You
say
can go
so.
first.
I'd say so. Like it's like it, it's automatically like Ragatha reached out to Pomni when she was still so scared about this is her new reality. So I feel like yes, I do think that Ragatha reached out to Pomni, and then she eventually adapted to the circus so well that she wants to be friends with Ragatha, but at the same time, a bunch of other responsibilities fell into their lap. Like, oh, okay, like who gets to stick with Jax when we were doing the shootout, and and even then they met back at the theater where they have a mutual understanding that it was no hard feelings. It's just that they didn't take time to have that conversation, unlike now.
Yeah, it's like it's the thing. The thing is like Pomni is more so the responsible one, whereas Ragatha is much more of the clingy one per se, where she tries to like help out everybody, make the best out of like everybody, and try to be so involved in like everybody's business, that it ultimately reaches a point of like you could argue maybe a bit too much, but I think that did go to show like she did genuinely did value Pomni and the rest of these people as friends. It's just Pomni was the only one that was like willing to meet her halfway as a result of that. Whereas everyone else, Kanger was more so doing his own thing. Jax hated everybody, and Zubul and Gangle, they were kind of like the only two that understood each other, despite having wildly different personalities. With like Zubul being the much more sarcastic, much more just grumpy, annoyed one, with Gangle being like the really sad,
Introverted.
sympathetic, just anxious one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like
Um.
I say that Pomni and Ragatha are friends. It's just that I wish that element was more explored, or at least
Yeah.
like Princess said, the the trauma that comes with Ragatha's mother, or
Yeah.
but you can also make the argument that it doesn't really matter when it comes to a series like this, where it's more focused on the characters within the circus.
Hmm. Yeah, I do wish they sort of explore more of that because Ragatha, like I said, she's just potential doll to me. Easily my least favorite character on the show. Not because I think she's a bad character or anything. She just feels very one note to me compared to the rest of the cast.
Yeah, but I still like Ragatha in a sense. It's just that she's the least good, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. Um, Either way, let's continue.
Like two ships in the night.
Shut up.
A lot of people.
Ah, yes, as if a gun's gonna handle it.
A lot of people were wondering how she conjured up that gun. How do you think she conjured up that gun? Like how she conjured up that red door?
I don't know the logic in that, but just like, you know, they all had guns in the 6th episode. Maybe she kept it? And now that the lights are out, Jax is gonna be calm.
Whoa, man. Far out. I'm Ringo Starr. What the hell, Ringo? You just made a big shit roll. Quite a lovely one indeed.
Shut up. And now, it's the pink elephants on parade sequence. Actually, that's more so the... oh, you can conjure anything in the circus? That's why she was able to do it? That would explain it.
Can we get some F's in the chat?
Jax? I just want you to know.
He killed
that
everyone.
If you need anything, or if you need to talk to anybody, I'm here for you. I know you need it. And I'm the only person who can help you. You need me. I can fix you.
Seeing the close-up on Jax's face, like, yeah, like that on the big screen, like...
Yeah, it was crazy.
Obsession, backrooms type of horror.
What? We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?
That is a really creepy shot.
Hold on, I know that, I'm, pausing, when,
What, are you trying to look up something to reference?
POV, Pomni, episode 9. Yeah, this
Only
video.
person who can help you. You need me.
I
can fix you.
That is horrifying. I didn't need to see that. Thank you.
I like that Jax becomes a bloodthirsty when Ragatha of all people abstracts and no one else.
Of all the people.
Anyways.
Come on, guys, put some gusto into it. We're gonna make
Much
this
more
the
cheery
best
than usual.
funeral ever. It's what Zubul would have wanted. Remember, it's not a mourning of death. It's a celebration of life.
What's up?
Yes,
boy, here
our
we go.
favorite drag
Jax,
queen is back.
Why are you wearing that?
Wearing what? Oh, this!
You don't
I
speak for
figured
me.
a better way to honor Zubul's spirit than by wearing something all gender freaky, right?
You're just doing it to make fun of them.
Isn't that what you're doing?
Oh, hot
hate
damn.
you.
What? Don't act like you don't like it.
I just...
Sushi.
I love the way that Gangle just
Meet me in
says,
my room after
I
the
hate you.
meal.
Just so... The most blunt thing she's ever said. And the key to her room. Diabolical.
I'm sorry for being dismissive of your comment, Ray. But yeah. Sorry, I am distracted
We
by
will
my-
continue to be dismissive because this shot is great.
Yeah, this sequence is pretty great.
Sheesh, you just blame me for everything, don't you? I gotta do something about this.
You could tell he was having the time of his Michael was having the time of his life doing this shot.
Yeah. Oh no!
And Zuba works perfectly for the expressions on that.
Yeah. I love cartoon characters that have no mouth, and yet you can tell everything by their eyebrows.
Exactly. Ah, boy. Out to lunch, yeah?
Yeah, but I feel like it ties in back to like the potential friendship that they could have had, like Jax and Ragatha could have had before Ribbit and Cosmo kind of just poof, bye bye.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get in here? We have a strict no girls allowed policy.
Why are you wearing that? I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that.
I'm wearing it ironically.
Real.
That way it shows truly
Yeah,
just how little I
ironic.
care.
Sure. Like I'm
Don't forget about
ironically
me.
a fan
I can
of
play
water.
the piano. You know, if you have to say you can play the piano, it makes it seem like you can't actually play. Yeah, just shut up and play.
Play Wonderwall.
Justified crash out.
Is that what you really think of us back there?
Oh, that? Who knows? Everything's way more fun when you play it out in extremes.
That's not reality, though.
Oh boy,
Why does that
reality's
matter?
gay. Yeah, I mean killing
And
off
just like
comic
that-
relief characters.
That
And,
is
and just
great.
like that, the episode gets banned from theaters in multiple countries.
Th- 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 I the entire the theater
Everyone lost their minds when they heard that part.
yeah reality's gay. Well,
I only heard the gay part, so that just came out of nowhere. I was just like, oh my gosh.
well it is Pride Month, so
And well, I'm wearing it. Ironically, that's what you said pre-transition when you did femme voices. You know, it's funny you mentioned that in particular because apparently Gooseworks kind of confirmed on Blue Sky that Jax is actually trans.
oh yeah, like we'll go more in depth about that once we get to the actual scene, but but on my Blue Sky timeline, like every now and then I will see a trans Jax, and I think it's very lovely. Like the fan artists and trans people unite, autism unite.
Oh man, yeah. Reality, non-existent.
Like Ray said, reality's gay.
Shut up.
Character? What a freaking drag. This whole episode's been nothing but wah, wah, wah.
Another
Where's the
fourth wall
living?
break. They all just crashed out
Where's
and
the
just
real
get back
Jax?
to their
You're not gonna
courts.
get anywhere asking questions like that. Now scram! You're messing up our game.
Reality is woke media,
Do
honestly.
any of you have a key to this door?
True.
Nope. And even if I did, I wouldn't give it to you. You women need to learn to quit prying all the time.
Shut up, nerd.
How can you be gay
Wow.
and yet
I hope that doesn't
homophobic
also
at the
happen
same
to
time?
me.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people like that, actually.
Yeah, true. Is there a Kingdom Hearts
Safe!
reference in this?
I was about to say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
I knew you were gonna make a Kingdom Hearts reference. I just didn't know when.
Oh my gosh. The show is now in 4K.
Is this leaked
This will be the
version?
Netflix adaptation, which is I would have said if this wasn't already in Netflix.
It's very common, yeah. Closeted trans and gay people oftentimes is super trans homophobic. Okay, yeah. Welcome to your new life.
Okay. Wait. Wait. What's...
Whoa, it's okay. I know it's a lot.
Get away from me!
DLS is 5 on, yeah.
I look...
It's the RTX.
I remember that feeling. It goes away eventually.
I mean, compared to the rest of the characters we'd see in the show, he honestly got
Chocolate's
lucky
pretty good.
with the
Capo
appearance.
and I made it kind of a tradition to come up here and get it every week.
Can't even tell it's not real.
Oh, he laughed!
Also, apparently, yeah, I learned Copper was voiced by Ego Raptor.
Yep. I was about to make comments, but I didn't know what they were. I forgot.
Yeah, just like how Ego Raptor forgot to make animations and just makes Game Grumps now.
Which, hey, like, good for him if he's happy doing that, but...
Yeah. And hey, in all fairness, Aaron did believe in Glitch since, like, what is it, day one? Because, like, you know, he was involved with, like, I think he was involved with, like, SMG4 when they went on tour for the first time and everything. So, he's been in the game for a really, really long time, so...
And hey, like, if he is gonna keep up with the... within the animation industry, you might as well turn to voice acting.
Yeah, which, and hey, with Gameaverse happening, with like Ross handling that, who was heavily involved with Game Grumps for a while, you know, Aaron voices a character in that too. So that's always cool.
Yeah.
Shut up! You caught me off guard.
I really like, even though that we got
just mad it
glimpses
was
of
you
it,
instead
I
of me.
love
Well, yeah,
Cosmos,
you're not
Rivers,
funny.
and Jack's
Hey, Ribbit,
montage,
you want to be
I
on my
guess.
team again?
Sorry. I'm
A
gonna
little
be
bit,
showing
yeah.
Jax around this time.
No worries, y'all have fun.
Hey, dumb!
Sup, moron?
Oh my god, same. I used to swear so much, but the censoring annoyed the shit out of me.
You gotta watch out for her. She's
Also,
gonna
pause
corrupt
here. Go back a little bit when Kaufmo's talking. I found out something,
watch out.
apparently.
Yeah.
I think there is a shot here where you can see Kinger flying in the sky.
Computer, enhance.
I think it might be on the bottom right, yeah.
Bottom right.
Something like that. It was very hard to make out from the picture I saw. Maybe I was just seeing things, I don't know.
You gotta watch out for her. She's
It was a cute little Easter egg, apparently.
Maybe it was before the hand movement.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, because I saw like a lot of stuff like flying in the sky, but
She's gonna corrupt you.
Okay.
He's such a...
Today's adventure was really fun.
I thought they
I'm
couldn't
glad I
have
could cheer
sex
you up.
in the digital circus.
Have you ever...
they were just talking to each other.
Yeah? Have you ever breathed air?
I mean, like, something you did out there that you can no longer make up for and you can't stop thinking about. I cut ties with my parents when I moved out. They were devout Mormons, and I wasn't. Despite that, I still wish I could see them again. But I'm stuck here.
Is this your way of trying to get me to open up?
It's my way of letting you know I trust you.
I told you I was homeless. What else do you need to know?
Do you trust me?
Yeah, but it's just... It's kind of a lot.
You're kind of a lot. But I still like you. A lot is fine.
A lot is fine, huh? I had a weird relationship with my
My Jax is
my
kind of
parents.
homeless.
They split when I was just starting high school. I was never
Ribbit,
close
why are you
with my
trying not to
dad.
laugh, bro?
He was there, but he also kind of wasn't. He never seemed proud of me, and I always felt like a disappointment to him. Like I could never live up to his standards. When they split up, I just never saw him again. I thought I got along better with Mom, but after he was gone, she changed.
This camera pen goes super hard.
When I showed weakness,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I was less of a man than him. When I lashed out, I was just as bad as him.
I want to do
It
that
was
in a movie someday.
confusing. It was like she missed him, but also hated him.
I hope you shoot that
And I
film.
became the target of all that. One stupid day, I was just kind of fed up with it. I told her something I regret telling her. Something deep and personal that I thought would get her off my back. But she laughed at me. Then she went off on me, and it didn't stop. Personal, degrading insults that felt like it went on forever. And despite all that, the thing that bothered me most was, at the end of all of it, she hugged me. I didn't know what to do. So I panicked, and I pushed her off me with all the force I could. She fell backwards. And she didn't get up. I didn't know if she was just trying to make me feel bad, or... I never found out the answer. I just ran as far away from it as I could. Whatever I did to her, I'll never know. I guess there's a lot of things I regret about that day.
I feel like that says a lot about, like, why he is the way that he is.
Yeah.
And maybe if this was elaborated earlier in the series, maybe people could feel more sympathy for him. But the fact that they saved it for, like, once the series was about to end, I feel was probably the better option. Just so, the cynical nature, it's just like, because no one knew about this. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. No one really knew about this until, like, after it was already too late. And I feel like it's a perfect example of just how when you're closeted and you, like, refuse to open up, you deny everything. It's just like, of course people are going to assume a certain thing about you when you act a certain way.
And especially when it comes to toxic masculinity, when like you overthink that people will judge you based on your personal experiences, that you just kind of keep them bottled up because you have that trouble connecting with people. And I feel like within this moment, like, it kind of redeemed Jax in a way where he could have been a run-of-the-mill kind of character where we sense that there is a more humble side to him, and the fact that they pull the trigger at the, like, unintentionally, but metaphorical sense. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But you get what I mean, right? Like they pulled at all of the stops at the very end, and uh, it paid off. Like it made sense to make Jax a more 3D dimensional character at the very end, and it's also just nice to have a series where it's focused on the characters for once instead of lore dropping like specific locations. Five Nights at Freddy's.
You're acting like you've ever played a FNAF game.
Well, yeah, but let's not kid ourselves.
You're a main. You're a LARPer.
Okay, yes, but that doesn't mean that I'm not aware of how convoluted and how many timelines that FNAF has.
I've never played a game myself. I have nothing to comment on regarding that.
But, like, it's just nice to have for once with a series that tries to establish the lore. Like it's just nice to focus on the characters for once instead of a specific location. Five larps at Freddy's. Sure. Okay. We're just gonna make fun of me for not playing a single FNAF game.
Yeah, it deserved.
Okay, fine. Maybe this upcoming Halloween, I will play FNAF 1.
Yes, I hope you scream when there's nothing going on. Real. But yeah. All right. Let's continue now.
But yeah, this moment definitely redeemed Jax in my eyes. When you
yeah, it's just a shame that it had to happen after it was already too late. But I think that's why I mean when I say this is much more of a cautionary tale over anything. Because like, again, sometimes you just can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. I'm always going to say find a way, but you can't blame yourself when they already,
Yeah.
But,
I'm sure she's fine.
I mean, hell,
if the police never came after
pretty
you,
sure some positive trans
fine.
or gay people have that experience where
I'm sorry. I definitely overshared.
Wait.
Where they did have that mindset and them trying to.
I'm glad you trust me.
Have trouble navigating through their thoughts and feelings and what people to share their most traumatic.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah. But unfortunately, some people don't see the other side before it's too late. And look, there's the bow. There's the bow.
Let's give a quick shout out to Christina Applegate.
So this is so now we basically know the premise of this entire series. The people trapped in the circus are a group of 5 queer women and their supportive father.
I always knew that Kater was the type to be the fatherly figure in horror games, i.e., The Last of Us.
It's why he was like the main character in that horror themed episode. The manor one. This is apparently too self for some people. And mainly I didn't even catch on to this as when I first saw this in the theaters, and mainly I am as straight as an arrow. And then there's Kane.
Yeah.
But he's the ringmaster. Does that really count?
Like he's the
and an AI too.
He's the family dog of the family.
Yeah, the dog that runs the place apparently. And funny enough, I watched a video yesterday of like a dude who was playing the one who's running the show on piano in public. And it was really cool actually. Because most people are never gonna get the reference, but they just hear like a good piano song, and it's just like, yeah, this is cool.
We need a Jax to turn to the screen and say, "Yes, I do love Ultra Kill."
I've never played that game, so I couldn't tell you the connection.
Meanwhile, when I first saw this, I had like subtle realizations that is Jax like possibly trans? Is he possibly expressing little bits of traces of his femininity, and that's okay for him if he just admits it to the people that he is close with?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
once Goose drops the fact that Jax is trans, by the way, then I'm like, I knew it all along.
Yeah, and she did it after the show was over, so now you can't accuse her of pandering.
Your secret's safe with me.
I love that shot.
It is really nice. I love the colors on it, with like how bright that shot was with Ribbit.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, now's not a good time. Or now's fine. What do you want?
If now's a bad time, I can come back later.
That would be cool. Good. All right. So, if you ever tell anyone about this, I'm never speaking to you again. Sound good?
Yeah, I won't.
Awesome. Bye.
Oh no.
Why am I such an idiot? Why am I such an idiot? Why am I such an idiot?
Yeah, you kind of are.
Hey, Jax. Look, about yesterday. I'm sorry if I pried too hard or made you feel uncomfortable or...
What are you talking about? Oh, you mean... you know none of that was real, right? What, that corny backstory out of a Hallmark movie? Nah. Really
A
got you,
Hallmark movie. As someone that's seen Hallmark movies, yeah, it kind of checks out.
Hey, wanna team up?
Nah, I'm teaming up with Kaufmo. Maybe next time, though.
Yeah,
I
guys
heard
died.
they're supposed to look like that. Hey, you wanna team up?
Nah, I'm with Kaufmo.
Okay.
What's up with Ribbit lately?
I have no idea.
Uh-oh.
What?
I'm gonna hang out in the cafe.
Okay. Why are you telling me this?
I don't know. Hey, Jax, can we talk?
What is there for us to possibly talk about?
I don't know, just whatever I did, whatever's going on between us, can we just stop this? I miss talking to you.
We're here. We're talking. What else do you want from me?
I just want to be friends again.
What? So you can pry into my personal life and hold it over my head?
Is that really what you think? This can't be what you want.
What? Because you know me
To be fair,
so
Jax
well.
was the one that chose to open up.
Best friends, so we know everything about each other.
We were great friends, and I'm
Oh
sorry
my
for crying, but I don't want this one stupid mistake
This is
to
what
ruin
happens
the
when you
air
take
with
toxic
this.
masculinity to
Why
take
are
over
you still
rather than your
fixated
feminine
on that
side.
night? Nothing happened.
Shut up.
Reading into things when there's nothing there. You're the one using me. You're
No,
manipulating me.
this is more so closet femininity.
I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Biggest scumbag of all time?
Hey,
yes,
If
definitely.
Ribbit ever says anything about me, just know it's not true.
What?
Hey, Ragatha, what was that movie you were talking about earlier?
Huh? Wait, when was I... Oh, you mean yesterday? Hey, Jax, have you seen Ribbit at all today?
It begins. This is what happens when you're so blatantly pushing people out of your life. And, this is an example of, like, when your actions end up hurting others.
Hey,
That was his mistake.
look, we were friends, but I know you two were
especially close. Just if you need anyone to talk to.
Do I look like I need someone to talk to?
I know it's hard. Just don't be afraid to reach out to me. I promise.
Huh? What?
How about we call her Gangle? That sounds about as pathetic as she looks.
What?
Great choice, Gangle. I'll be sure to add that right into the system.
Crazy.
Out of the way, Rags.
Jax, look, I know we don't get along, but I think I might have found a way out of here.
Jax, look, I know we don't get along, but hamburger. And I'm not really in the mood for food. Hamburger with cheese.
Go on. I'd be convinced of the bacon cheeseburger.
That feels like a flip note that Rad XD flip note would do.
Yeah, it does. Just the innocence of that is great.
Have fun being crazy.
And I should just play along until I wake up, right?
Whatever you say, kid. You never know until it's too late. You're not looking too good.
Hey,
you're gonna cry? Looking like this?
It's okay, princess. I know how you feel.
Move on. And probably forget about you.
Hey.
Can't believe it's over.
I feel like I should make a comment
didn't
about
know you could
subspace
play the
emissary
piano.
with the taboo area.
I only know like 2 songs. Why are you here? You know everything now. So why are you here? Just to rub every mistake I've ever made in my face? I'm a terrible person. Is that what you want me to say? I already know I am. So why does anybody still care about me? You're not supposed to care.
I feel like that's part of the mindset with Jax, where because of how he hurt others and himself in the process, like he refuses to attach himself to like what any other person out of the fear of like getting like his heart shattered again, which is incredibly tragic.
And friendships do have their qualms. Like sometimes you're gonna hurt people in the process. Like that comes with any relationship. Like if you're a parent, a significant other, a friend, like you're bound to cross some hurdles. But as long you're as long you admit to yourself that there is a growth behind the whole underconfidence, then you can get through it. Like you just gotta have that whole kind of reaching out, like, hey, like, can we actually talk about this in a constructive communication? Like, I want to share my honesty with people.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing that I think makes this part so tragic for because in most cases your mistakes don't define you. It's what you do with the lessons you learn from that helps determine your place as a person. And I think that's something we could all remember from time to time.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to miss me. You're not supposed to love me. This isn't how this is supposed to go.
This shot confused me. That shot right there, just because, like, for a second, this isn't the case, but for a second, I thought that Pomni was apparently Jax's mother. Because, like, the previous shot, it looked like, oh, he was pushing down the mother, and then it cuts to Pomni, and I'm just like, is this really what happened?
Does Jax really view Pomni as the mother type? Like, I do find that odd.
Well, again, it's the matter of, like, Pomni is the one that's supposed to care about people, and Jax refuses to see it that way. So maybe, but like I couldn't make it the connection until maybe now, I guess.
Which ties into the Stevie Wonder song that they use later on. But once again, I'll get to that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Leave me alone.
But I do love the performance that Michael gives here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're making this so much harder. You're making this so much harder.
You should have just talked to me, man.
It's too late. I did this to myself. There's no coming
The
back
road
from
to
this.
self-recovery is finally admitted.
Then talk to me now.
I hate you. You know that? You always have to go and complicate things.
It's what I do.
I don't want to go.
And the crazy part is that line is on one of the last pieces of merch, on like the sleeve of a shirt.
They somehow took a emotional line and make it. I thought capitalism was a baby.
Capitalism mentioned.
Okay, so the song that they used, Stevie Wonder, isn't she lovely?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we get some snapshots of all of their past moments together as friends. Well, the song's message is literally about Stevie Wonder's daughter or something similar to
Yeah.
that.
No, it literally is about like her newborn child.
Yeah.
His newborn child, I should say.
Why did they decide? Don't get me wrong. If I haven't heard the song in full, but I imagine that is one of the greatest songs of all time, like Stevie Wonder songs of the key in life, aka Fork Found in Kitchen.
Songs in the Key of Life is one of the greatest things I've ever listened to. And if you liked this song in this movie, you owe it to yourself to listen to that entire album front to back. There was not a single dud on that nearly 2 hour-long record. It is beautiful, poignant music.
Truth nuke.
Okay, LARPer.
I'm just saying that I love, I'm, no. No, stop. Stop. I swore, his most popular song, I'm really bad with names.
You're not being the allegations.
I know I'm not. I'm not. But point being, why did they take a song that works within a father-daughter context when this montage sequence is more established as friends? Like, maybe you're making a stretch of like possibly like platonic kind of slight romantic relationship in there, but like
You could also argue the trans allegory.
yeah, but I just think that the context. I mean, sure, like the kind of percussion in there is a little bit kind of like whimsy and daisical, but why use the song about parenthood when the montage in question is more about friendship? Why did Gooseworks decide to use this song?
I mean, I didn't really care. I just love the song to death, and I'm just glad more people get to experience it. I'm a simple man.
I'm looking up like what song I have it.
Are you thinking of Superstition? Your silence is not helping your case.
I'm thinking of
that's another one, yeah.
I'm thinking of
yeah.
I Wish. I listened to I Wish, and yes, it's one of the best songs I heard. Listening to songs of Key in life. I know I'm LARPing on the situation, but next Black History Month, I'll get around to Stevie Wonder.
Why wait?
Okay?
Do it now. Stop the stream and do it now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm listening to Block Party and Interpol. Is that not enough?
They can wait. They can wait. You're keeping peak out of your life.
I'm sounding the silent alarm. All right.
The silent alarm, yeah.
That is their debut. That is Block Party's debut record. Yes.
Yes, and yeah, but the block party, I'm blocking them out of my life so I can listen to songs in the key of life.
Roblox in Minecraft!
I was talking about Kinger.
Hey,
you weren't gonna try to take care of him all by yourself, were you?
I'm glad we weren't too late. Like you guys keep saying, we're all in this together.
You guys.
Oh, he's on the leash.
Okay, I take back what I said about Kane being the family dog. Turns out Jax in this context is the family dog.
Real. And now she can finally mourn.
Having a lot of complex thoughts.
I really appreciate these two characters' dynamic a lot. Despite being very cynical and upset, like, they care.
We're still human.
I do wish that we can get more moments with Zubul and Gangel, because I feel like, or at least even in implied subtlety, I wish we would have gotten like at least a couple more moments in the series that we can lead up to their relationship. But maybe it's more meant implied, and then they finally we'll get to the specific moment that I'm talking about in a little bit. But yeah, just maybe a few more moments with them, but at the same time, there's like a billion things going on with the CNA, like the brain scans, like the
Yeah.
friendship with Ragatha and Pomni, friendship with Jackson and Pomni, like.
Yeah, they all. Well, hey, they were able to bond over shooting guns with each other, so that's all you kind of need.
The duality of life: lesbians and guns.
Real.
I hope it's enough to keep him contained.
He should be calm in there. Darkness is soothing to them.
He better be. You know how many arms I had to go through to get him in there.
How are you holding up?
Doesn't that hurt?
Just a flesh wound.
I've been through worse.
Thank you for doing this.
Or a stuffing wound.
Hey, someone had to do something.
What the Sigma?
No, you cannot do this to me.
No.
All guns out. All guns out. Guns blazing. Get 'em ready. The terrorist is back in the building again.
I'm back to the fucking building again!
Crazy work. Crazy work. Oh boy. Yeah, Kane's appearance genuinely stunned me. The fact that he was still alive somehow, which in context makes sense, but in the moment I was just like, oh dear, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Like, how did Kinner delete Kane from the digital circus, and yet he's still right there? Like, maybe you can argue that the void is like a trash can, like an allegory for a trash can, where it's impossible to delete the file unless you go in there and permanently delete it.
Yeah, it might be. You could argue the void is like sort of a allegory for the recycle bin at that point.
Yeah, that is literally what I just said.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but I did my own scrimbly voice, so.
Oh yeah, sure. That automatically makes it better. Then again, you listen to songs of the Key of Life, so maybe I shouldn't really complain.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. It's what I've been saying this entire time.
Bubble?
And it has no face, and he must scream.
Was I truly that bad? Is this really what I deserve? They tried to delete me. They're in the wrong, right? Did I ruin this? Again.
And now we get called back to the beginning of episode 8, where all the data is being absorbed. I really do like these shots. It looks like those old school screensavers with like the stars like blasting out through like space.
Oh yeah, I definitely remember a time in my elementary computer lab when we were having that class. A bunch of kind of wavy lines of like colorful pink, orange, blue. It just kind of flying through like
Yeah.
wavy style.
Yeah. Yeah, I vividly remember like the black and white one in particular. Back when screensavers used to be something. It's all the junk mail. Oh my gosh, it's a cube! Is this a GameCube reference? I like how it's like imperfect too, where his mindset is just preventing him from being able to stabilize all the blocks.
Yeah.
Oh, this with the colors too. I really like the contrast. Just something about like simple colors like that. Just a single color background with like single shaded objects. It's really... I remember playing this game called Color Zen back in the day that did a similar thing where you're just matching shapes and colors together. It's kind of therapeutic in a way. And the border is now open. Oh, that shot was cool with the reflections of like Kane in the shards.
Yeah, I know some people complain about this sequence being a little bit too long, and sure. Like I can sometimes I can see where they are coming across on paper or at least from a screen. But I feel like the slow sequence of Kane using his brain to find an obstacle when throughout the entire series he's been nothing but a god within this computer program. I feel like it makes sense for him to slow down. Like I think actually use his brain to figure out like, okay, how do I get to point A to point B? Like, okay, like these I can get across by using these different shapes, but oh, I came across this invisible kind of wall. Me, what do? Okay, use a silicone as a drill.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me just because now that Kane is gone, he doesn't have all the power in the world anymore to like take care of all these people. Now that it's just him in there and Bubbles just non-existent at that point, and it's sort of like met at a level where he just doesn't know what to do. being in the void and just trying to figure out things on his own for the first time in like a long time, I think that would definitely screw up someone's typical mojo.
Right, right. And I do have another counterpoint on how people felt about the red blue AI being established in the in episodes 8, but I feel like we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, yeah, I have something to say about that too once we get there. Blue Street Cafe free Wi-Fi. I always knew there would just be like a typical Starbucks or something. That single shot where it just cuts back to Kane and then goes back to the single, just that being really quick while the shock was happening. I really liked that. And we finally know the real name of Scratch. This is where it gets really interesting when you see like all the actual human names of these people that they just forgot.
It's like that moment in the Truman Show when Jim, I forgot the main character's name, Truman, is walking up these stairs and having this life-changing moment for him. And I guess you can make a few parallels with Digital Circus and Truman Show.
And we're actually seeing like how these people in their lives actually are. Yeah, granted, I still want to see the Truman Show, but and it's funny in the teaser for episode 8, the thumbnail is literally just Kane just stepping on the staircase, like on the
turned them against
on the freaking movie.
And for what? I can create intelligent beings that do whatever I want, but I can't create them. After all, is their free will not what made them alluring in the first place?
That's the thing. That is the important thing right there. When it comes to just how AI is generally used these days, because it's an amalgamation of like people's free will just being like used and like morphed into this weird thing that was not made with any of their consent. That sort of free will is sort of lost in that regard.
Yeah, and just as we established in previous streams, like this is a cautionary tale on how we humans use AI, and I feel like in the trajectory that it's going, sure there are slight benefits, and I only mean the slight.
I mean, I think the red AI is enough to prove that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is something like I do immediately regret about one of our previous Circus Sundays, because apparently we sort of missed at the end of episode 6. There's actually a quick after credit scene where we see like Kane like looking at like the votes of like the favorite character awards, and there's nothing, and we see him glitch out and you see the red and blue AIs in his eyeballs for like a split second.
Well, there we go. I didn't know that there was an after credit scene for 6.
I don't think Kane isn't literally an AI in the sense of Chat GPT. Well, well, you retracted your message, but like I get the idea, for sure. But like it literally, the uses of AI and like how it's utilized, it's always gonna be a tricky territory. But I think they did a good job showing like, you know, the benefits it can offer as like a tool rather than it being like the guiding force for everything.
Yeah, and I feel like because of the blue AI, and I feel like I have a theory on why we didn't see Bubble. Bubble
Mhm.
is the blue AI, like that
Mm.
they insinuate on control, like they insinuate on the wacky shenanigans on going on in the circus. Whereas Kane feels like he is a lot more kind of. He always had that
Mhm.
self conscious aspect to him. It's just that he didn't realize it until he decided to separate himself from the blue white AI to realize that, oh, okay, I'm actually putting uh, uh, people's lives in harm. I'm actually taking advantage of them, and I think that's something that Alex in that Blue Sky thread talked about.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like like it's more so meant to be like, people should see it as like, making things more straightforward rather than just taking over like everything, as you can kind of see within this show. Like in terms of like that straightforward aspect, it's more so meant for guidance rather than like the full thing, right? Because like I'm gonna admit, like uh for the thumbnails of these live streams for Circus Sundays, I admittedly did use AI to help make those thumbnails. Oh no, not that generative AI y'all hate so much. I used a website where uh in order to get like good cutouts of the characters, I use this website called like Photo Room, Photo Boom, something like that, where you use it to like place an image in there and it'll automatically remove the background of the image so that it's just the character or like the person that you want to get like a good cutout of without any sort of like artifacting.
And,
I think anyone can look at that use of AI and be like, okay, that is fine.
and there's nothing wrong with using AI as a tool, like that those maps that you see from time to time. I go into After Effects, and you could argue that the pen tool is a form of AI, where I trace the outline of the character, I trace what I want, and it gives me the following results. Not
Mhm.
like it's not perfect by any means, but it definitely gets the job done if I want something quick and less time consuming. Like the I mean, hell, like on iPhone, like Google, Siri, like AI can help us in a way. It's just that when it takes advantage of what a human could possibly do in the longer term, that's when we have a problem.
Yeah. Which unfortunately, a lot of the corporations that be just see it as more so the end all be all rather than just, because it's easy. It's the trend right now. And we'll see how long it takes for that bubble to burst. But yeah,
I
it's
do
an interesting allegory the way they handle this show.
I do agree of what say Dante said about AI being a trend. Like, sure, like it lasted longer than NFTs, and we don't know how long it's gonna last. But Gen AI is a trend where culture is eternal. Where even after decades, upon centuries of us experiencing life as it is, life will certainly find a way to creep back into its humanity, and that's what I
Mhm.
feel like the human creativity and human spirit will never die, no matter how manipulative and how much greed you put into that aspect.
I will say I will defend ChatGPT for one thing, and that is that it did give us the Nostalgia Critic episode for the boy in the striped pajamas.
I mean, sure, there are, like I said, slight benefits to Gen AI, but
Yeah, we could hear Doug Walker say that, the film was way too one-sided. So,
Right, right. And but have we talked about everything that we need to say about as for Alex's character and the connections that he made with Kane, or
I think he more so like with Alex. We can get more into that like once we're wrapping up and we see like more of Kane.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're from a world so
Yeah.
much
He's
bigger
still
than mine.
he's still battling up the. You can continue playing as I'm talking.
Locked in a cage.
It's just like this battle between the two sides of I want the control versus I want to ensure that these people are people.
They could kill me. They already did.
I mean, yeah, this is basically purgatory for him.
I'm sorry I did this to you, buddy.
I can't believe he ripped Gooseworks out of his head. I can't believe he's transphobic.
We had together. But we just
I
can't
believe I
exist
said
like
that
this.
bubble. I have a theory that bubble is the blue AI.
I'll miss
Right. Okay. Okay. A lot of people didn't really understood in this in context. It was
And mainly I didn't either.
It was literally
So.
established in episode 8 where it even played before episode 9 that like there was once upon a time a red AI was being contained, but then this blue AI came along. Somehow Kane escaped it, decided to work together with Bubble, and that's when things went awry. Like, it's literally not that complicated.
I suppose.
you. I really will.
Now that shot was just pure, like, he knew exactly what he was doing with, like, the way he posed like that.
It's like watching the ending of Star Trek.
Which I have not seen, so... Or we're talking about, like, the 2011 or something movie?
No, I'm talking about Wrath of Khan.
Okay, I haven't seen that, so...
Hi, Kane.
I don't know if I'm ready to face them again. I don't know if I deserve to be forgiven.
It may take time.
I love
but
how
all good things do.
they decided to do a Dutch angle for that shot.
I still love
It really
you.
works within the context of the angles.
And the fact that the moon...
I...
Give it a moment.
Good things.
No, you can continue. I was gonna say something.
Do. I still love you.
You know, I never programmed you to say you loved me.
I know.
I love this part. I love this part. It might be my favorite part of the episode, because not only does it call back to episode 1, when the moon told Kane that, that she loved him, and then Kane just dismisses it, oh, let's get out of here before the moon gets frisky and everything, because he was still in, like, his performer mode and everything. To wrap back around to that, for Kane to hear that at a time when he, like, genuinely needed that, despite everything, the moon still feels that way. I just love how it wraps the whole series around there, a nice little bow to show Kane's character development from, circus performer to much more genuine, and just that emotional heart to heart like that. I love that.
Yeah. And I guess this ties back into like some elements can slip through the cracks, and even though that Kane was not ready to admit it at the time, he felt like uh, in this particular moment that maybe there is a chance for redemption. Even after all of the strings that he pulled, even after all of the trials and errors that he made along the way, he still felt like making that connection back. He is still feels like maybe there is a place in the circus for me, and maybe I can make the best out of the worst scenario and turn it into something more fruitful.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's about to do once he goes in. Like, he learned his lesson and now he wants to do what he can to make it right. And it's gonna take time. Like the moon said so. So it's like they're not gonna immediately forgive him, but there's always a chance to like rebuild more and more with the building blocks.
And I love how in how Kane and Jax have two different perils, but how they both decide to communicate on that factor. Where
Yeah.
where Jax had the easy position of just being in the circus, but he failed to communicate on that factor. He failed to realize his mistakes and own up to them. Whereas Kane, he could have easily stayed in the void and not bother going back to the circus, but because he felt like the human spirit, the human creativity and everything that goes into what makes a human so life changing and so eternal that he decides, okay, maybe there is a chance for me to belong with these people. Like, it may not be a immediate change, but I can certainly try to be a better understanding of what humans are. I was about to say
So
human,
based
but I know that Kane is more of an AI rather than a brain scan.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that this is the good ending of Logan Paul.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is loud, Logan Paul is loud. You can make the connection there. Don't at me, Matthew said it.
I will not be elaborating any further at this time.
Send your death threats to Matthew. He lives in Arizona.
The death threat is the sun already gives me death threats. Okay, don't make it worse.
Right, you'll be sent to Shrimp Town.
Real, honestly. I mean, like fried shrimp, honestly.
I could go for some shrimp right about now. Anyways.
Yeah. Let's save that for after the stream. Let's wrap this up. We still got about like 10 minutes left.
Has it really been 2 hours since we streamed this episode? Jesus.
We got a lot to say. It's almost like when we watched the episode ahead of time, and it's the conclusion of the series. We have a lot to say. Stinky.
I love how Zubul is protecting Angle.
Real.
I understand that you're afraid. And you have no reason to trust me after all I've done. But I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I want to give you control of this place.
I like how his calm voice is literally just Alex
I've
speaking
learned a lot
normally.
about you and your world. I understand now that keeping you under my thumb just isn't right. I don't expect forgiveness, but I hope you'll at least accept my offer.
Kane, you really caused a lot of hell for us. It's gonna take some time to build up any kind of trust between us again. But despite all that, it's good to have you back.
Did you need any help with?
No, not yet, anyway. We've worked something out.
Understandable. Oh, I've made something for you. Feel free to join me by the stage whenever you're ready.
Okay, a lot of people see that, okay, this, feels rushed, like, they immediately, forgave Kane, and, whoopsie daisy, like, sunshine and rainbows. They literally said it will take some time to forgive Kane. Like, it isn't exactly to the, that people are saying.
Yeah, like, obviously we don't get the context because the series doesn't continue after this. The series is over now. But like, Zubo literally said it's gonna take time, but just like at the end of the day, the fact that she was glad to have him back at all shows that there is a chance at all. It isn't like immediately snap and everything's fine again. It just, it has to be eased into. It's like it's not immediate. It's just they're just curious because like he's somehow still around after everything and seems like he wants to do better for them. So I don't see any problem with how they handled that.
Plus, let's not forget to mention like who said all of this. Zubul, the character that doesn't want to go on Kane's adventures to begin with.
Exactly. She's always been incredibly dismissive of Kane. So the fact that she's the one that said it, it makes it all the much more like powerful. Or I guess actually no, hold on. I think Zubul's actually non-binary last time I checked. I don't remember.
Yeah. I think she is. They are. Sorry. Just want to be inclusive. Just want to be inclusive.
Hey, you're learning. You're learning like Kane is.
I made a severe lapse in my judgment.
Shut up. Okay, so you're the bad ending of Logan Paul, yeah?
I may be loud, but I'm not a scammer.
Yeah, tell me that in a year from now when you start your own cryptocurrency.
As if I would get into that space to begin with.
I don't even know how it works, honestly. Alright, but yeah, let's continue.
Anyway, 10 more minutes of this.
Unlike how we get 10 more years of Moo Moo Meadows, baby, from Mario Kart World. Let's go.
The game's all here.
No more secrets. No more mind games.
Pomni, Abigail Brooks. She's still an accountant, but she seems to have opened up more and is hanging out with new friends more often. She even has some of them in her videos with her, which she still posts on occasion. Ragatha, Susie J. Ackerman. She appears to have left her hometown, cut all communication with her mother, and has excelled in her career. She's made many friends, and it looks like she has a strong, genuine connection with them. She seems happy, like she understands who she is, and that she matters to people. Gangle, Zoe Raghavan. Despite her injuries, she's
I like how they're still using Twitter as the promotion.
She quit her fast food job, and
it's the one time in history where it's morally correct to dead name something.
Pages of her webcomic online. Zubul,
Maybe
Riley Vercelli.
she has a Blue Sky
After
and
hopping
Twitter
around
account, so
with
that
different
way,
jobs, they look like they've settled a bit and opened their own bar. It seems to be a successful one. People all over the city come to it as a hip alternative destination where they can feel like themselves.
They seem like the bar type anyway.
Yeah.
Kinger.
I mean, they
Grant
were a
Best.
bartender
He's
in
still working
episode
in
5
tech
anyway.
and is still happily married to his wife, Destiny. They appear to have 2 daughters together. He looks like he's a good dad.
My own goals in life. just through Kinger.
Okay, yep. Yep, okay. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet.
It really is.
Jax. Leroy Mateo. After being unhoused for a few months, he was able to room with one of his close friends. He seems to have gotten a stable job and is able to pay
for our
rent.
fallen comrade.
Literally, as he's doing it.
He and his friends go out every now and again. Weirdly enough, a spot they seem to frequent is Riley's bar.
Is any of this actually real?
You
I knew there
definitely
was
have it
something
in
going
him.
on between Jax and
Not sure
Zubul.
about mine, though.
Well,
Jackson
maybe
Zubul.
you've got more confidence than you thought.
I'm just seeing that the real life counterpart of Jax goes to Zubul's bar.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Gangle. My mistake. Yeah. I like their little final exchange together, though, with Gangle and Zubul. It was really cute.
I don't quite have the same power that I used to, but I can still make this place better for you. I'm keeping the worlds open, so you can do what you want when you feel like it. We're gonna be able to build this place into something better. For all of you. What do you say, Abigail?
With all that being said and done, Abby is out there, living her best life. And here, I'm just Pomni.
I'm just the amazing digital circus.
I'm only human after all.
It's nice to see them just actually getting to hang out like regular people. Even Kane just being curious about like what all these folks are up to. And who knows, it's never elaborated on, because like with the whole brain scanning thing, who knows like what other people could like join in and have a good time.
Yeah, Kane's growth arc, Kane's character arc definitely made the circus better, if and when more people decide to join. And yeah, it's definitely a bittersweet feeling to see these characters finally get the good ending, despite all the hell.
I love that shot with like Zubul with like the arms twisting to like make that like coconut drink. And this shot right here, going back to like the first episode, with because the first episode it was all just a straight line, just looking like into the distance. Now that it's circular like this, allowing for that much stronger form of connection and that bigger sense of happiness, it's just the way that it literally comes full circle like that. I love that.
Yeah, the thing that you said about the table being latitude, like the Last Supper painting, versus now where the camera just pans all around to all of the characters, and finally having Pomni eating her fish and food, like she's finally come to acceptance of, yeah, this is the life that I want.
Yeah, and it sort of is an interesting thing we can say, and we can talk about this while the credits are playing out. Yeah, the way it mirrors the shot from the first episode, but with a much more triumphant sound.
Like it doesn't feel exceptional.
And then, shut up. Okay, the fact that it doesn't cut to the computer either, instead it just fades back to the circus with Pomni looking at the screen, Mario 64 style.
Bye-bye.
Showing that acceptance. Yeah, I really do feel like this is. It kind of shows, like, obviously, since they couldn't really escape the circus once they realized what was actually happening, but more so, just the idea that, they're more so okay with the idea of, I think that's the big lesson from that they want to take away from the show, the idea of, like, a stagnant life not necessarily being a bad thing. Yeah, with everything like coming together like that, I like that in the credit sequence. Yeah, and that's when I realized Kaufman was voiced by Aaron, which was crazy to me.
Just the girlies having fun. Oh yeah, Kenra Kane knows that.
Yeah, exactly, just the boys. With the orange talking fish, right? Yeah, I think that's the big lesson from this show, where it's just like, as long as you have people that care about you, as long as like everyone's like just bouncing off each other, having good times, even if you're not really progressing that much as a person, and like when like success, I should say, it still shows that just it gives life meaning, just having people around you that care about you, that you can like have good times with. It gives life meaning in a way, more than like whatever pedigree of success you internalize in your head, with like how we're pressured to have like so many goals in the real world. And a level of acceptance too, where it's just like, you know, all their real counterparts are out there, you know, living their lives as best as they can. Meanwhile, all these characters who don't know the position that they're in, are just, you know, I think that's sort of the thing. Maybe you could argue like them accepting their lives in the circus feels like too immediate. But I think the idea that their real life counterparts are out there trying to live their best lives with hope and like dreams and everything, did give them at least enough solace for them to be accepting of it, on top of the fact that they've made genuine connections as friends, and that gives meaning in their own right. The whole "we're all in this together" thing, I think you could argue that's enough for them.
Yeah, like, it isn't really the action-packed ending as I was expecting, but more so the kind of character culmination. And like I said, it's kind of refreshing to just have a series where it could have easily fallen into that trap of lore-based, like, oh, here's a specific location, and we, the audience, are supposed to figure out what message is behind all of this. Meanwhile, it's just focusing on Pomni and Jax's character. Like, they are trying to wrap up any loose ends before the bittersweet finale that is the culmination of everything that this series has established.
Yeah, and as we'll see, because there is an after credit scene after this, just the final shot in particular is just kind of mesmerizing with how it all ties together in the end.
Lesbians in my digital circus? Good for them.
That's not how the after credit scene works, buddy. The show was made completely by humans. Ironic, since this guy is an AI.
And I love that they still keep the blue AI for display purposes.
Which is funny since they like threw it out right away. So yeah, this shot right here, where they're all in the real world, this single shot that just across the street, all their real world counterparts who don't know each other at all, just hanging out by a bus stop, and they all just get on the bus, and we don't know if they end up talking to each other. We don't know if they're just living their lives. Just the fact that they all got there in that final shot, I think is that really nice final moment of levity that
Yeah.
really helps tie like the real world and the circus world together. Because in the real world, they just put the headsets on and they just went and lived their life as if nothing happened. And,
And on top of that,
but
like ever since this finale dropped, this bus stop down in Missouri is getting tons of attraction. Like lots of fans
really now,
have been taping fan art on the wall. Like they dedicated their arts and crafts when it comes to showcasing this finale. And yeah, like you can definitely feel the love that this attraction has set for fans to do that and do.
yeah, yeah, definitely. If I'm ever in Missouri someday for whatever reason, maybe I should check it out. But yeah, so as far as the show as a whole is concerned, as far as this episode, you can leave out this shot. It's just a nice visual shot for the end.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, right there. That's perfect. I think in general, so as far as this finale as a whole is concerned, I liked it quite a lot. I wouldn't say it's the highlight of the series for me. I would say episodes 5 and 6 are definitely like the cream of the crop when it comes to like comedy, characterization, everything between. But I do think this finale serves as like somewhere in the middle for me on my tier list, where it's just like it's not really doing so much with the runtime of it, nearly an hour, but what it does do, I think, does an effective job. You could argue it's dragged out a little bit. You could argue we could see more of like a lot of the other characters, especially Kinger, just sort of handling their situations. But I think they did do what they need to do within their time frame, and I respect what they were able to accomplish with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could argue there are some loose ends that were never tied up. Like,
Like
what's the deal with CNA and everything?
yeah,
But
CNA, maybe we could have gone one more moment with Pomni and Ragatha. Maybe spend less time kind of dragging things out, like the Kane at the door sequence. At least just a tad, a little bit. But I feel like for the cards that Gooseworks and company decide to do to make it the best finale that they could, I think they succeeded in that avenue where it well they accomplished what they wanted when it comes to the 9 episode limited amount of time that they were able to establish.
Yeah, would I have liked to see more? Yeah, definitely. Like we could have seen more characters, like having more time together, development and everything. But I think that's just the problem with indie animation on this scale. There's always going to be a limit. But as for the show as a whole, I'll let you talk about it first, since I mean, one, it is your stream, duh, and two, just your thoughts in general regarding like since this is sort of your introduction to like the glitch universe.
I mean, I bought a shirt on the Digital Circus. What do you think I think of it?
Mid, not necessarily your thing and everything. What shirt did you get actually?
Oh, I got specifically, I got the kind of all of the characters are stargazing, whereas Jax is like looking behind, like he's not facing at the stars, but more so at the characters. I feel like this is a good culmination of what this show is, while at the same time
It's fair.
not being too in your face, like, oh, this is Pomni, this is Jax, like. And plus, I can't, like I said, I can't really decide with whom is my favorite character. So I decided to hey, you know what? Just pick a shirt that has them all. Like, I think it's a nice approximation of what this series is about.
Yeah. No. I'm actually wearing a digital circus shirt too, believe it or not. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with this shirt, right? So the red is the red AI that Kane still has. The
Yeah.
blue stripe right here is the blue AI that he doesn't use anymore, and the white is the teeth. Clearly, this was my intention.
You can make the same argument with the color pink. It exists.
Yeah, it's Kirby. That's all you need. But
Oh,
yeah, what do
well,
you
there
think of
you
the show
go.
as a whole? What do you think of the show as a whole, man?
Yeah, I like it. Uh,
Hmm.
sure. Like you said, there are a few loose ends that I would like to, uh, like, like for one, this finale does not hold your hand when it comes to wrapping up the lore aspect. And I
Hmm.
wish that a couple of elements were expanded upon, like Pomni and Rakatha's friendship. But I do
Hmm.
think that for as tight as the writing and the for a limited amount of time for this series was able to get off the ground, yeah, it's very consistent in that avenue, which you don't really see a ton of uh, in the animation, let alone full fledged actual animation, really settles upon. Like it really it has a consistent basis. Like it doesn't have any filler episodes. It doesn't really have much leeway to throw in a filler episode here and there. Sure, there are filler moments, but I wouldn't exactly say that that culminates to the entire series. Like they knew the cards that they dealt with, and the animation quality kept getting better and better with each episode, uh, especially the lighting.
Yeah, well, looking at the original teaser Gooseworks put out for the series compared to the finale, the difference is night and day.
Yeah, which
Uh,
I also failed to mention in the last stream. Granted, I didn't know this knowledge at the time, but when Pomni disappeared before taking a bite into her sandwich, we literally see Pomni in the teaser trailer almost biting into the sandwich. That like it scares me how Gooseworks already figured this out from like point A to point B, and the payoff I bet she felt so proud when that moment finally came up.
oh yeah, totally. Like as someone that did watch the teaser, I failed to make the connection till later, and then when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, okay." Um, yeah. Any other thoughts on the show? Especially considering you're new to this universe surrounding like glitch and everything.
Yeah, if now I know that 9 episodes is like not really satisfactory when it comes to the at least in other the TV shows like compared to the 2000s where they allow like 16, 32 episodes all in one season. But
Hmm.
I do think that comes with the expense of a more loose structure. Like, oh, we can have the characters goof off here. Like, we can have an episode where they go to the beach or something like that.
Hmm.
Whereas this one, the structure is definitely there. Like, it definitely gives a lot less filler into the writing department. But at the same
Hmm.
time, like you kind of need to have those filler episodes as a moment to breathe. Whereas this structure is go go go, which neither format is bad. It's just that we're not used to this style of kind of lore where it's a matter of a bus that refuses to stop.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, we're literally at the bus stop right now. So,
Well, have you ever seen Speed?
the Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah.
I need to. No, I haven't seen it, but I've always wanted to.
Definitely great premise for an action movie, by the way. Like a bus
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
refuses to stop,
definitely.
and like if you go below the speed limit, like it literally explodes. Like a great premise right then and there.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as for me, so the reason why I'm keep bringing up like about glitch, because like for you, you definitely are sort of new to like the Glitch Productions universe, thanks to the show and everything. Meanwhile, I have been on the bus since like day one, honestly. Because I was there the day Glitch Productions was announced, because I was watching SMG4 regularly, and the people that made SMG4 are like basically the heads of Glitch and everything. So I was there since their very first show, Meta Runner, which has sadly since been buried since like the other shows just got way more popular. And also like they don't really acknowledge it these days. Because part of the reason why I wait to watch the rest of the circus until these streams is because unfortunately, the voice actress for the person that was the main character in Meta Runner, Tari, who also plays a character in SMG4, kind of just got fired out of nowhere because like the communication was just all over the place. And just sadly, they just didn't communicate. Oh, we got a new voice actress for Tari because like they just assumed she didn't have the time when she made it clear that she did. So I was sort of really upset about that for a while, and to an extent, I still am. So it took me a while to really give the circus like a full chance. But as someone who's been there since like Meta Runner, which I genuinely thought was like a really good show, especially as a starting point, and then watched Sunset Paradise, which I thought was okay for what it was. It was supposed to tie into SMG4, but it didn't really. I didn't bother watching Murder Drones. I watched the pilot and I didn't really like it. I thought it was just a bit too anime cliche for my liking. But when I watched the pilot of the circus initially, after giving it a chance, uh, I was like, wow, this is actually really impressive. The best thing I think Glitch has ever made. And the fact that now I can look back at the show and say that the pilot was the weakest episode shows to me that they really
Yeah,
did have something special here.
yeah. I need to give Murder Jones a try. I haven't watched the pilot, but I am aware that it has its complications. I don't know what those complications are, but I am aware that it has complications. But with Circus, like I feel like it's a grab. I feel like when we're looking back on this series, like 10 years from now, Glitch and
Mhm.
definitely Gooseworks and the series and company made along the way, it's
Mhm.
definitely gonna be in a landmark when it comes to when we're talking about the history of animation. I mean, hell, like for the fact that this video right here released in
Mhm.
theaters goes to
Mhm.
show
Yeah.
how far we have come since then from just uh,
Mhm.
viewing animation as just a exclusive thing that Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network was able to do from that 2000s to the rise of the internet with a bunch of indie animators to now where we
Mhm.
can classify Glitch as a indie success.
Oh yeah, totally. It makes me feel a little bit like a proud father in a way, because as someone who met the execs like Luke
Like
and
you know,
Kevin like back in 2018, shut up. As someone who met Luke and Kevin back in like 2018, like very shortly before Glitch Productions was announced, because they did like an SMG4 live show, to see them build something so big where I was able to sit in a theater with a bunch of fans
mm-hmm.
of this project who absolutely adored the show, being able to talk with them, who most of them had never even heard of SMG4. That is one of like, it just made me so proud in that moment to just see how far they came. Living in that moment is just so freaking surreal for me, and I couldn't be more amazed with what they've been able to do.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that, the show itself ended up being pretty dang solid in the end. I'd give it like a solid, like, probably an 8 out of 10, if I'm looking at it in hindsight.
Yeah, same here. Like 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Recommend. Uh,
Yeah.
and I do understand the limitations. Like I said, how in comparison to only 9 episodes of the entire series, in comparison to shows like SpongeBob and Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly
Well,
Dog.
you're saying that as if they're like narratively driven series and not just, standalone episodic stuff.
Right. But I'm saying that when it comes to the overall narrative, there are shows that lasted longer than the Digital Circus, and what I like to see more, yeah, but I feel like the stuff isn't really necessary. Like it would be cool to have a filler episode to round out to 10. But what would be the point of that?
Yeah, which you could already argue that the Gangle episode with like the McDonald's was a bit of filler in its own right. And even then, that one more so served the purpose of faking happiness is not always great. Uh, but overall, I think they did the best job with what they could. It lasted one more episode than Murder Drones did.
And it released in theaters, so that's 2 points for Circus over Drones.
Yeah. As far as what's next for Glitch, I believe that their next project is going to be the Gaslight District, which I've yet to watch that pilot. But like that's more of a like that show is more about just this crazy family in like this crazy underworld, just doing sort of like heist missions, I believe.
Yeah, there's also Game of Thrones. Granted, I haven't seen it, but proud for Robert Ross and company to finally make this into reality after, 13, 14 years?
Yeah, exactly. And then Knights of Guinevere, which is the Dana Terrence project. But I'm pretty sure Gooseworks literally said on Blue Sky, yeah, go and support the Gaslight District and leave me alone forever. So I believe that's going to be what's coming up next. I'm sure we'll get like a presentation that goes into more detail of what's next post Circus. But yeah, I'm going to be very, very curious to see how they handle it. And like, because the Gaslight District's pilot, I think only has like 22 million views or something like that, which is still good. But like compared to the juggernaut of like 400 million the pilot of the Circus has now, I'm going to be very curious to see if Glitch can maintain momentum or if this is going to be the start of like a decline.
Which, granted, the first episode build was built after a multitude of like those episodes, along with a
totally
lightning in a bottle situation where it culminated to its own fan base. I doubt that will like, I don't want to say I doubt it, but more so the chances of the Gaslight District or Game of Thrones culminating into the same size as the Digital Circus fan base is a little bit unlikely.
Yeah, but like, but even then, when I was seeing the Amazing Digital Circus blow up, I believe it got to like 100 million before the second episode even came out. So who knows what will happen? But I guess before we go though, I do want you to go to the Shorts tab real quick because I was scrolling some of the merch advertisements in particular, and there was one show in particular that was so freaking funny. You have to see it.
But I do. I had the thing that I was gonna say. I forgot it once again. Oh yeah. Okay.
This is more important.
Now, but I do understand. Like if it's as neatly written and tightly packed as like Game of Thrones, Knights of Gweniverse. Like if these series tend to
Knights of Gweniverse.
well, excuse me for not saying names right either. The Gaslight
Hey,
District.
you're gaslighted into believing that's the name of that show.
Anyways, like if we get the same amount of episodes as similar to the Digital Circus, but we still have that quality, yeah, like a similar short series, similar to Over the Garden Wall, like they could be the new Pillarstone for indie animation online. Like you give spotlight to a certain creator, and they are able to condense this story in a nice little package for millions upon billions of people to see. Yeah, like I could definitely see them and be a cornerstone of indie animation if they keep this quality up.
I mean, they kind of are right now. It's just a matter of like keeping the momentum going with like viewership and everything. And they are helping out other projects. I watched like their Glitch Direct and everything. They're under the Glitch Presents label, which is sort of helping to fund shows, but not being like, the place to be at. They're helping to fund Lackadaisy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. With that being said, go to the Shorts tab, scroll down a little bit. There's one with Kinger. Scroll down more. A little bit more. There we go. There we go. Kinger vibes to chill and drive to on the right. This advertisement is so unhinged. It's insane. I love it.
Okie dokie. Wait, what? Okay.
It happens sometimes. He's living his best life.
He's coming back. Oh, he's coming back.
Hey, look! It's a bunch of me's!
The new Kinger pendant lineup includes all your favorite Kingos. Who can go wrong with Kinger just the way he is? Or how about everyone's favorite anime Kinger or noir Kinger? Look at his little hat. Or how about a beach Kinger, eh, bud? That's
Buy
my
the
favorite.
merch.
Bucket.
A rare dictator and super rare figure of... And now 20% off all Digital Circus merch. Darn, that's a real shame.
Digital Circus .store. Sale ends April 3rd. Oh, my fingers.
It's so good. just the fact that, Kinger is the one that just be like, oh, it's a bunch of meat, and then just cuts the stock footage of freaking just the cars running over, and then Kane just gets more and more scared until he just literally just gives up, screams at the top of his lungs, bucket! It's so good. It's so good.
But that is not the end of the stream. Oh, no. We're gonna rank every single episode of the Amazing Digital Circus.
I already basically got my tier lists ready. For me, the weakest episode's easily the pilot. Not that it's bad. I still stand by it was the best thing they made at the time. But you could definitely tell, like, they improved a lot after that.
Okay,
After that, from you... Yeah. After that, from me... go ahead.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that this is, like, overall bad. Like, it's definitely good as a starting point. But in comparison to the other episodes within the catalog that we have, I do think that, in retrospect, it is a little bit of a stepping stone that you have to get into the series before the throttle just kind of charges at you like Keener does.
Yeah. After that, for me, would be episode 4, the McDonald's one. Not that it's necessarily a bad episode, but it's more so just it feels like it's the least consequential when it comes to progressing the story.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
but I do agree in the sense that that there you can only get so much out of the concept of fast food, but I guess you can make the argument that after all the crazy shenanigans that they went through in episodes 2 and 3, then it definitely serves as a more calm moment. And I do like the inclusion that each character has applied a retail environment where you get the stoner, you get the over the employee who works there the longest. Like I do like that they have nuance to the episode.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they did the best job of what they could, and it definitely was really funny at times, especially with like Gangle being so performative. But compared to the rest of the series, it's just kind of there. And then I would say episode 2. I actually remember the name of this one, Candy Carrier Chaos. This one is more so like we actually see them progressing on an adventure and like learning more of the rules of the circus and how it has to always be a certain way. I guess now that Pomni can permanently hang out with Gummy Goo after the finale. But in terms of like the writing and like the stakes and everything, I wouldn't say it's like that high up there quite yet. It's more so just the start of something much bigger.
Uh, I think I had to give this episode actually in
Mm.
retrospect I have to give episode 7, yeah, 7, uh the lower than the fast food episode, for mainly how they it felt like they were go through the motions of the character. Like it didn't feel
I see.
like even if they do have self-awareness of trusting Abel, like why would they suddenly like throw away Kinner when Pomni knows that Kinner has a lot more uh, under the spectrum than a lot of other folks do? Why would they intentionally follow tooth and nail for this character that they barely knew in the waysides for the um, yeah. Bottom line, they didn't really put much thought into the escape route, and I wish that they have more self awareness on how they uh, are how they put. I wish they have more self awareness on how they thought their escape plan could pan out, because it feels a little bit worn out with these characters' thoughts for how self-aware that these characters are when it comes to the past episodes. It feels like it was going through the motions.
I mean, if you're asking me, I would put this one as right above Candy Carrier Chaos because, like, you're kind of right because it's just sort of like a lot of it is sort of dilly-dallying. I do think the suspense was enough to keep it like particularly interesting. But like, yeah, I kind of get it. There isn't really a super memorable moment
Well,
until like the very end with like the
yeah,
cane fake out and the
well,
beginning with the best character in the show, Orange talking fish.
and it definitely does work within the first watch. That Kane reveal definitely blew our minds at the time. But upon rewatch, you can kind of see where the cracks start to fall, because it feels like the moment that the series wants you to have, rather than a full-on earned reaction. Like it didn't really feel that earned upon rewatch. It didn't
Yeah, and just
it didn't work outside of that big reveal.
yeah. Yeah, I still can never forgive what Jax did. I still cannot. But yeah, what's your next choice?
Yeah, I have to say, the Candy episode, episode 2, is definitely. Maybe I put it slightly. Yeah, it belongs in the B category. You were definitely right in terms of the show finally like getting its pacing going. You're right in terms of where we start to see a lot more improvements. Uh, but it wasn't like it feels like a basic adventure episode, which could be
Yeah, yeah.
which I guess you can make the argument of how this circus is run.
Hmm. And like for the first proper adventure, it's fine for what it is. It's just like it's clear that the best was yet to come.
Yeah. Uh, episode 3. Yeah, we have our first
Ooh.
A tier.
Oh, if you're asking me, this would be my third place choice. Uh, because like for me, this episode really up to the ante in terms of like what you could do with like the concept. You start to see a little bit more of the torturous aspects of like Kane's ideas of fun in the circus. And just the bonding between Pomni and Kinger, I think is like really strong. Kinger had a lot of strong gags, like with that terrifying guy coming out and just yelling at like the top of at the like the top of his lungs. And then Kinger's just like, I'm sorry, could you speak up? I'm having a really hard time understanding you. Uh, which I guess, I remember like the Candy episode had a good bit where Kinger was like, sorry, I can't hear you over the knives. But just learn that Kinger is much more comfortable like talking genuinely in the dark and having a nice little therapy session in a way was really meaningful to see. And talking about how like going through things in a much more calm and rational manner can help get you through things better in the end. And also like the little therapy session with Zubul and Kane and the episode I thought was really freaking entertaining. Yeah, I loved this episode.
Yeah. Not only that, but it definitely feels like a homage in some way to other survival horror aspects, like Resident Evil or The Last of Us. Little bits of pieces of elements that you've seen before, and adds in new elements where, like, oh, okay, I haven't seen that before. I wasn't aware that the corpse was somehow aware of what Pomni and Keener would do. Like, well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll actually learn quite a bit more about the characters for the first time, I think, since like you see them in the intro of the show. And I think that's where it really elevates it
It definitely
in a
belongs.
way that actually does progress the plot rather than what happened with Gangle's episode.
Actually, yeah. You know what? This one is a lower S.
Freaking go.
Yeah, episode 5 is the best episode.
Yep. Yeah, I fully agree with that. Maybe you could argue it's because, oh, they do way too many things to have a consistent story. But I don't care. This one's just fun. This episode's just really fun. You get to see like everyone doing all these sorts of like silly things. Just in all these different kinds of scenarios, whether it be like the baseball game where they're going up against all the evil versions of the characters. Or like, the stuff in the White House about trying to like defuse a bomb and seeing Gangle just not even being able to roleplay properly, where she's just like, she has the bomb strapped to her chest and just like, I'm a New Zealand extremist and I don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with. And it just blows up. Actually, I remembered. Actually, there's another short you should look at before we go. The editors of the show actually, on the shorts tab, actually made a YouTube poop of that episode. You can sort by popular. That's actually really easy to find. I think it's like the third one. No. We paid our editors to make this. Yeah, the fourth one right there.
Okay, but YouTube poop. Let's fucking go. I'll be the
22
joke.
million views.
Endangered critic. I'm going to be endangered critic. Red ribbon right now. Right red meme.
Ken and Jack's event.
Delicious meme.
Yes, delicious meme.
Together. I hope you're ready to get completely annihilated.
I'm a New Zealand extremist, and I don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with.
I'm going to be endangered.
Just this very subtle foreshadowing that you love to see.
Yeah, like episode 5 is definitely where I feel like the series peaked. And sure, yeah, you can make the argument that maybe it's a little bit too fast, but I feel like that's the point when it comes to the concept of, okay, we got all these ideas for adventures, and we have a limited amount of time to establish all of these adventures in comparison to an episodic release. So let's just include a bunch of wacky shenanigans, like a intermission by Bubble, where like it's just a.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that part where it's just like, yeah, explain to a daddy Bubble how bad thing, and this like the fact that Kane is just so freaked out by that. It literally just Alex just slips into his normal voice, and it's just like, oh, I think that. Don't say that. I think that they're enjoying. Yeah, that part was just great to me, and also just Bubble just cursing, and he's just like, "Why do you swear now?" It's just like he's just so concerned about what's going on, and just like, yeah, the intermission part, it was really trippy. If anything, that's more of the pink elephants on parade sequence, and I like how it cuts to like the bar scene where we actually get to have like. Just a genuine conversation between all the characters and everything.
Or even
that was probably the highlight for me.
Or even the stargazing, where we get a little
bit
of
too.
foreshadowing of a ribbon, and like, oh, like there's more than meets the eye when it comes to Jax.
Yeah, no, it's really, I really like how they handled it this episode. I don't really have anything bad I can say about it, honestly.
Yeah, episode 6. Whew.
This one is easily second place for me, just because you kind of get moments where like with just good duo moments with all the characters, since they're all split into teams, and also just like you have your moments with Pomni and Jax, where it's like Pomni just really being concerned about just hurting her friends, with Jax being like, oh, we don't care. We're all cartoon characters at the end of the day, before eventually leading to Jax crash out the end. And so Pomni sort of giving into the evil ways a little bit, and just having let loose and have fun. We get to see a more aggressive side of Pomni. And then we got freaking Zubul and Gangle just sort of bonding over being like the outcasts in the circus, and just sort of like bonding over like, the trauma with Jax, and also just, letting you know, like, we've got each other. That's what's important. And seeing just Gangle let loose with like just shooting the guns and everything was really fun. And then Ragatha and Ragatha and Kinger, I should say, just just having probably the silliest moments, especially Kinger with like the ricochet move and like the "I'm right behind you, aren't I?" Kinger
so
was
glad
probably
that Kinger stole the joke from you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Kinger, Kinger was probably at his best in this episode, especially during the emotional moment where she was just sort of counseling Ragatha in like the little aquarium, and just sort of like being like, being friends is like complicated and everything. And it's like, as long as you're there for them when you need them, and letting them handle things their own way and everything. I think that was a very valuable life lesson from Kinger. I appreciate what he said there. On top of just in general, yeah, it had a lot of really emotional like bonding moments between the characters, on top of being incredibly funny and action packed, especially in a confined space. And how Kane basically gave up at the beginning too, where it's just like uh he saw like Jack shooting Ragatha, and like he just forgets the announcer voice and is just like, or yeah, we could all just shoot each other. Here, have guns. I don't care anymore. He just basically gave up at that point. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and also like, and also, let's go ahead.
No. Yeah, like the crash out at the end with Pomni realizing that Jax like Pomni wants to help Jax. Like Pomni generally felt like there was a connection going on between them, but because Jax was hiding a lot more under the surface than we all realized, like that refusal of confrontation uh, definitely culminated into something that I could see, like a conversation like that I could see happening in real life, where like one person is closed off but the other wants to like open up, but also dedicating their time to spend with that person. It it made the episode really worth it. And to top it off, the favorite character photo awards is like.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about that. Just Ming out of nowhere. Oh yeah, I also had like the return of like the disappearing guy gag. Where just like with Jax's like mental breakdown, and everything, be like, gosh, you look stupid. To only just be interrupted by that guy coming out of the bathroom and be like, uh, so it's just great. It's just really great. Also the beginning of the episode, where Zubal's like, "This whole thing seems very convoluted," and then just Kane goes, "You look convoluted." Anyways, it's so good.
Yeah. Def- a certified Steven Universe moment right here.
Sure.
So episode 8.
Yeah. This one sits right in the middle for me. Just because this is where like everything sort of comes together. It does sort of get a little bit boring in the middle for me. Just because there's a lot of like exposition and everything, which I get, but it does drag a little bit. The beginning with the one who's running the show, which I still listen to on occasion, pretty great. And then the ending with like the Kane crash out and then Kinger just accidentally deleting him and then just everything falling apart. The stakes are like so freaking high here. I do think it's paced better than the beach episode. Uh, I do think in terms of like the action in general, there have definitely been higher highs than this though.
Yeah, I feel like the tension with episode 8 is a lot more different than episode 6. Uh, I feel like there was more going on in episode 6 than in 8. But I feel like a calm down moment with Kane explaining in CNA how we're not we didn't design games, we made artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I guess you can make the argument of establishing lore here and there, but it definitely feels that okay, we need to establish a plan here and there, and then this is what we're gonna do. And
Uh, yeah.
and I do think that Kane's reaching Kane's breaking point. It, I feel like some of the segments belonging to Kane and Bubble feel like not exactly unwarranted, but more so maybe it could have been utilized in better places where uh, they could have more of a presence. Maybe them Stalin like could have had more revelations. I don't know, like something is missing in episode 8, where I didn't feel like was missing in episode 5 and 6.
Yeah, I think it's just more so. Maybe we're just TikTok brained, and I don't even use TikTok.
But it definitely feels like rise, a rising climax a moment, and you can definitely see why this episode was paired with episode 9, because of the foundation that they set with. Episode 8 and 9 together definitely makes a full package, but like it's how I feel about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like together, it's a great game, like no doubt. But I feel like with episode 8, you're definitely missing part of the package where I feel like it can be, where it's good, or great even. But you can definitely
Mhm.
tell that some of the corners were cut when it comes to the overall story here.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, definitely. Uh, and that leaves Remember, which we basically already said our piece on this one. I would put it right above episode 8 myself. Just because of like the way it concludes everything is just really freaking it's just really, really poignant, with the way it handles it. And I think it in general just maybe it drags a little bit, but arguably I do think the pacing is better than episode 7 and 8.
Yeah, which granted, it feels like the conclusion for episode 8 is a lot different than what they originally thought, or the conclusion to episode 9. But I do
Hmm.
feel like this finale does not hold your hand when it comes to uh, pre-existing other lore that needs to be established. But once you make the connections in your head that, okay, the red circle is a Kane, he's the red eye, Bubble supposedly is the blue AI. Jack's relationship with Pomni, Pomni's relationship with Ragatha, it feels a lot more cohesive once you start connecting point A to point B.
Yeah, yeah. I think once you see it for what it is rather than what it isn't, I think it I think it is generally pretty effective. So yeah, we basically have the same tier list. It's just that I would personally put the beach episode over the fast food one. But then again, I mean, I feel like if I were to rewatch this series, I'd be more interested in rewatching the fast food one in particular, just because it's a better self-contained episode rather than what the beach one leads up to. So I don't know, actually.
Wait,
What? The
I
last, if you combine 8 and 9 together, you'd probably put it a little bit higher, I guess.
yeah, I would put it I would put it right between episode 9 and 8,
Okay, fair
because
enough.
it definitely feels like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles situation with the digital circus. Autism Unite!
Shut, shut up, dude. I still want to beat that game though. For Sonic Origins, but yeah. Overall, I'm glad we watched this series together, man. It was a lot of fun. And I'm glad that in the end, we were all amazing in this circus that was truly digital.
I am
The
so I am so glad the Amazing Digital Woman Awards was in episode 6, because without it, we wouldn't get Ming, the second best character in the series.
Yeah, you shouldn't have assumed that it was like the women's awards if he won. Now we both look stupid.
Oh.
All right, I think
yeah.
I think it's about time to wrap it up. It's been about 3 hours.
Yeah, like it's been an absolute pleasure doing these series of streams. Like, hopefully, I can stream myself editing YTP segments for my 100th YTP. By the way, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you do that. Just a little bit of an appetizer before the main course. I don't know when it's gonna drop, but hopefully this year, or at least sometime early next year. Like this is we're talk like, as I said in the description, we're talking about Q Mario Bros. Being one of the many sources that I'm gonna be using. So yeah, be looking forward to that. In the meantime, Matthew is gonna stream something else. Right. The
Tomorrow, yeah. Wii
Yeah.
Sports Resort, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wii
because
Sports.
I'm planning to make a Matthews GameCube video about Nintendo Switch Sports Resort and how I'm concerned about that. And I could go for some footage of Sports Resort. So that's my plan tomorrow. I'm also going to see Toy Story 5, so.
Oh, I heard that the ratings are not that bad.
A lot of people who don't like 4 say that 5 is actually better, so.
Yeah, maybe I'll go see it. Maybe that will be the last act of the Toy Story series.
I think I heard they want to do like a entire trilogy to close out the Bonnie saga, so who knows?
Okay, fine, whatever. But regardless, yeah. Go check out his stream tomorrow. You can find him at Matthew's GameCube.
Yep, the side channel. The main
Yeah.
channel, I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will sabotage me.
Stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
Indeed. The reckoning of Leaf Haven. All right, God bless y'all. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And
I'll see you whenever. I'll see you whenever I feel like editing a stream again, or at the very latest Hunger Games stream, because it's been a hot minute since we've done those.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.